Clip 329, simplifying ratios. So the notes for this one. When you're simplifying ratios, you do the same to both parts of the ratio to keep them in the same proportion. They must be whole numbers, unless it says give it as n to 1 or 1 to n, which is in the next clip. The simplest form is when no integer will divide into the 2 or 3 or 4 values. Right, question 1. Which of these ratios are in the simplest form? So you're looking for, can you find an integer that goes into both of them? Well, you should know if it's got 5 or 0 on the end, that means 5 goes in. So if I take 25 to 10 and divide both the numbers by 5, I will get 5 and I get 2. Does anything else go into 5 and 2? There's nothing else, so that's the final answer. So that's not the simplest form. Next one. So try, does 5 go into 28? Well, let's try. If I do 28 to 5, does 5 go in? No, it doesn't, because it doesn't end in 5 or 0. So that one is in its simplest form. Next one. 19 is a prime number. There's nothing else that goes into 19 apart from 1 and 19. So therefore there's going to be no number that goes into 12 as well. Remember 1, if 1 goes into both, that'll keep it as 12 to 19. So is that in its simplest form? Yes, it is. Next one, 4 to 28. Right, is there any numbers that go into 4 and 28? Well, 4 times 7 is 28. So if we divide by 4 and divide by 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1, 28 divided by 4 is 7. So that one's not in its simplest form. And then finally, there's no numbers that go into both of those two. 2 doesn't go in, 3 doesn't go in. That'd be 10 times 3 is 30. 5 won't go in, 6, 7 doesn't go in, so that one is in its simplest form. Okay, next part, express, which means just give these ratios in their simplest form. So I've chosen the ones that have got 3 in, 3 parts to it, and ones that have got decimals in. So you're looking for a number, in other words, the highest common factor for all 3 parts of this ratio. So what number goes into 6, 12 and 15? Well, let's start with 2. 2 doesn't go into 15. 3 goes into 6, 3 goes into 12 and 3 goes into 15. So if we divide each of these by 3, 15 divided by 3 is 5, 12 divided by 3 is 4, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now you can see you've got those two that a number will go in, but it has to go into all 3 parts. So that will be the final answer, 5 to 4 to 2. Next one. Right, you've got decimals. If we go back up to the top and read what we put as the notes at the top. Simplified ratios must be whole numbers unless it says give n to 1 or 1 to n. Well, this one doesn't say that, but it's 3.5 to 2.5. So what would go in to 3.5 and 2.5? Well, if I divide that by 0.5, how many go in? Well, 0.5 goes into that 7 times, and 0.5 goes into that 5 times. Another way you could have done it is if I took 3.5 to 2.5, to make it whole numbers, I could just times both sides by 2, and I would get the same answer. So that is now in a whole number or integers. Okay, last one, words. For every 1 litre of water used to make a medicine, 300 ml of sucrose and 750 ml of saline are used. Express the amount of water to sucrose to saline needed as a ratio in its simplest form. So, first thing, like we did in the previous clip, you've got differences of units. These two are in millilitres, this one's in litres. How many millilitres are in a litre? That's 1,000. So I've got water, 1,000. I've got 300 mils of sucrose and 750 of saline. Now you've got to try and cancel that down. So the most obvious thing to do first is divide by 10. You don't have to cancel it down all in one go. You can split it up. So divide by 10, 100, 30, 75. Now you can't get 10 to go in again. So I'm going to divide by 5 because they've got 5 or 0 at the end. 100 divided by 5 is 20, 30 divided by 5 is 6, and 75 divided by 5 is 15. Now check again. Does 2 go into all those? Not in there, but does in them. 3 doesn't go into 20. Miss out 4, 5 doesn't go in. So there's nothing else now that makes that simpler. So that is the final answer.